Ladies and gentlemen, may I proudly bring to you, this is Pro W Soul, and this is the question of the day. Well, it's more of, what are my thoughts on the recent cut list, or Black Friday, or whatever you want to call it, of the WWE, where they cut so many people. Okay, well, quite frankly, it's not nice, really. I don't think any company where they release people, well, they fire people as such, let go people because of, basically they don't need them anymore or something like that, is pretty damn sad. And it's kind of unfortunate, the fact that the WWE have cut so many guys, especially with the amount of programming, the amount of shows and WWE Network that is happening. It is kind of sad, and the fact that they've put a lot of influx into the NXT and the developmental center in Florida, I think it is. So they've spent a lot of money on the new guys, but then they're cutting back on a lot of the, I guess, old guys as such. So, I guess they're trying to make the business the best as possible, but did they make the right decision? Okay, so let's have a look at the roster, who they've taken off. Now, JTG. Now, he was a part of Crime Time. I don't know if you remember, there was quite a few years back where Triple H and Shawn Michaels were as well. They were doing a segment as well with the Crime Time. And the Crime Time were basically stealing everything of everybody, and they would had some funny segments, and JTG was one of the guys, but he was a part of a tag team, and after these tag teams split up as such, I've never seen him since, really. I mean, you saw him a few times trying to do things on his own, but after that I never ever saw him on WWE programming. I never saw him once on Raw. I never saw him, on SmackDown. I mean, really, I don't know, I've not watched NXT much often, but when I have, I've not seen him on there either, so quite frankly, I guess they've released him for a reason, because they don't need him, they've not used him, but anyway, I'll go on about that. I do feel as though that, he's a good talent, and quite frankly, they should have basically used him. He's a good wrestler, there's no doubt about it. He has got mic skills, regardless of whatever anybody says. He could come out. I know it's the PG era, but he could come out. He could be a good heel. I don't think he would be a good babyface, but he could definitely join, R-Truth, or, the Ezekiel Jackson, or he could join one of the guys, or even be part of a group. Another group. Maybe he should have another tag team champion shape type of quality, where basically that's what they do with Ryback, didn't they, really? Ryback and Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel, basically, they never knew what to do with him, and what did they do? So they stuck him in a tag team, and I think Ryback is really bad tag team, and I mean bad as in bad. It's not even good. So I think definitely JTG is one of the guys who I do feel, sad for. Oksana, I do feel sad for her, unfortunately, that she has, got cut. Shouldn't have been the thing. Evan Bourne, now, he's a great wrestler. I'm surprised about him, really. I know he's not a, 250 pounder. He's a cruiserweight, less of a cruiserweight. He's more of a middleweight, really. However, if you check his wrestling ability, my gosh, can the guy wrestle? I am really shocked about that. Evan Bourne is a brilliant wrestler. I remember him because of his wrestling ability. He didn't even have to talk on the mic. He's kind of like one of them guys who like RVD. He could have, if they basically give him some manager like maybe Paul Heyman, obviously, and Paul Heyman's booked as much as too much nowadays, but if you give him a good promotion to be like a enigma, one of a kind type of athlete, he could have basically built Evan Bourne. But the WWE have a direction, I don't understand it. Camacho, now Camacho is Haku's son. I didn't even know that. I've never seen him really wrestle in the WWE, but apparently he has wrestled, and I didn't even recognize him apparently. And apparently he's supposed to be this rap type of lucha libre type of style guy. He could have been the tag team partner of JTG. Why didn't they think of that? And they could have been the bad guys, and they could have been Camacho Time, or that's a really bad name, but they could have done something with that. And they could have introduced him to the world like they did with, Kurt Hennig's son, Kurt Axel. They could have said Camacho is Haku's son, or they could have introduced that. I never once heard anybody say much about him. Now, Brodus Clay, am I shocked about this? It is a bit of a shock, because quite frankly they pumped him in everybody's face like ah, and with the two dancers that he comes around with, I can't remember the names anyway. But I mean, he's not improved in terms of his, skills wise, not progressing, so unfortunately they've had to cut him. Sad, but it is. Mark Harris, I don't know who he is. I've never seen the guy. Apparently he got cut. Kurt Hawkins, he just seems just like a normal wrestler. I don't see any additional feature with him that the WWE could, push him in terms of. I don't, see that. Teddy Long, my gosh, Teddy Long is one of them annoying guys who you just hate. Unfortunately, he is just one of them type of characters, because he's, he does that holla holla type of thing, and he has no rhythm, and he's just so bad, as in bad. And I think that's why he would have been, the fact that he got cut, I guess, they didn't know what to do with him, really. But, maybe he could have been JTG's manager as such, but they got rid of him. But he's had a good run with the WWE, so, he can't really complain. Jahandar Mahal, whoa, I am surprised at that. Jahandar Mahal, he came in. He's never really had a push, or they've never given him any direction. He has had good mic skills. A couple of a month back or something like that on Raw, when the Los Matadores were speaking in Espanol, and he said, "Hey, speak in English. This is America." And he has got something there. He could be a real good heel. He could do something good. You know what I mean? He has got that ability. I just think they've never really found a direction where to go with him, so they just stuck him with 3MB. Drew McIntyre, that's a surprise. Initially when he first came in the WWE, he was the chosen one from Vince McMahon. That was hilarious. And my gosh, has he been a flop, unfortunately, for Vince McMahon, because he's a Scottish guy. He was supposed to be the one, and the chosen one as such, and he's so far off being the one. I just think they've not figured out a direction for him. I think 3MB have been doing okay. They're good wrestlers to get beaten up for. So I don't understand why they would have cut them guys, because they do use them quite often. Whenever they need wrestlers to get beaten up, they just get Jahandar Mahal, Drew McIntyre, and Heath Slater to wrestle them guys, and then they get beaten up. Like I think it was even Brock Lesnar when he comes back, or anything like that. They automatically just get them guys and get them to wrestle and get beaten up. So they were good Fallout guys, but I guess the WWE needed to cut them. Yoshi Tatsu, he's a good wrestler, but he's never once been on, not that I know of. He's never once been on Raw. He's a good wrestler, but I think that the main thing is the language barrier. He doesn't have English. I don't know. I've never really heard him on the mic, I'll be honest. But that's what I'm assuming, because I don't understand why they would have pushed them. And that's it. And unfortunately, all them guys have got cut. My initial reaction is, it's understandable that these guys have got cuts, but I don't understand why they would cut them right now, considering the fact that, you know, they need a lot of WWE wrestling programming, and they're not taking up most of the money, I would have thought, with the WWE. I know they've gotten a lot of new stars they're trying to pump in, like you know, the new NXT stars, etc., etc. But I guess that's why they want to get rid of these other wrestlers. But you know, it is kind of sad the fact that this has actually happened. But they've got enough. This is the only thing I just don't get, is they've got so much programming. They've got Saturday. No, they've got that main event on Tuesdays. They've got so many house shows. They've got so many shows. They could fill up the roster, and ideally they would be able to work with them. A lot of the guys I think who have got you know, cut have just been not really pushed. Besides from Brodus Clay, he has had a big push from the WWE, but the other guys, they have not had a big push. So it's kind of sad that they got cut, and it's really not their fault, really, not the wrestlers' fault at all. But they've not got a proper push, from my liking. Sad to see, but you know, maybe you know, every cloud has a silver lining if they're listening to this, and hopefully they will. I'm sure they will, you know, fall right back on their feet and get employment, maybe in TNA, you know, Ring of Honor, Japan, etc. I'm sure they will. You know, they are good wrestlers. Maybe they can establish their characters more and bring out the best of themselves more. Because really, I've hardly seen any other guys in the WWE, Raw, SmackDown, etc. I've not seen them at all. So maybe that's why they cut them completely, because they're not putting them on the main roster. So, but you do need a lot of guys for the other house shows, you know, main events, other shows, dark matches, etc. They need them. So, but as they say, they've got the NXT stars coming in. But I think it's a wrong decision. But who knows? I could be completely wrong. We'll see. But it is a sad day. It's just my thoughts on them. I'm not saying that I'm, you know, I hope them good luck. And well, that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you sad about this? The fact that they cut so many guys. I'm really quite surprised, considering the amount of programming they have got on the WWE network, etc. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think they've cut too many guys straight away, or they should have kept them on? Okay, that's it from me. Please check out the sponsors on prowsoul.co.uk. Please like, subscribe, share, etc. Have a great day. Peace out. Peace!